In this video, we're going to talk about how bookkeepers can niche. Something that comes up quite a lot. It feels like something we should be doing, but it can also feel a bit terrifying, the idea that you might rule out some clients. But we think that there are 4 different ways that you can niche your business. And the first one that we talk to everyone about all the time is narrowing down on an industry, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the most simplistic way of finding a niche, because you will naturally navigate towards something. So, for example, if you've got a hobby or if you are part of a membership or something and you really enjoy something, then that's really where you should be thinking, is there business opportunities there? Are there other business owners in that field that could really do with my help and my support? Because you know them, you know where they hang out, you know what they need, you know what their downfalls are, you know how you can help them. So that's kind of an easy one. Now, sometimes it might be that you can't think of anything like that, but maybe you've got a handful of clients already that you really like them and what they're doing in that industry. So it can easily mean that, pick an industry that you like working with. That could be it. But it doesn't mean you have to rule out everybody, does it? It doesn't mean that you have to say no to everybody. It means that if you get really good in this industry, then you become known in that industry. You can serve them better. Your processes become so much more streamlined, and you become like the key person of influence for bookkeeping in that industry. So it means you start attracting those clients to you, which is just so helpful.
I love the idea of being an expert and being the go-to person because you know everything, all of the insider knowledge about that industry. Imagine if you knew a particular industry so well that every time you speak to a new potential client, you can ask them the kind of questions that instantly add value because you understand the software and the different challenges that they've got, and you can almost benchmark against other people because you're able to kind of say, well, actually I work with other people and they do it like this, which has had better results for them. That makes you a really valuable bookkeeper. But you can also go further than that. So it's not, you can carve out more than just an industry niche if you get even more focused on who it is within that industry. So it might be that you're actually looking for a woman within that industry or someone in a particular age group. Once you get that deep into the detail, it's even easier to go out and find those clients because you know where they're most likely to be hanging out.
And it feels counterintuitive to niche down so much because you think, oh my goodness, I am cutting off so many opportunities. But it's not the case. Actually, when you walk into a room and you're talking and your marketing is talking to the right person, you're much more likely to have that. They're going to be saying, oh my goodness, I need that, that's for me. Whereas the other people in the room, okay, it might not be for them, but they might be thinking, I know someone exactly like that. You help people to help you. When we're really vague about, we just help business owners get better with their finances, people can't think of any business owners that need help with their finances. But if you say, I work with salon owners, female salon owners in the area of Kent, then they might go, oh goodness, I know someone like that. So it's just, you can niche within a niche within a niche, and actually that pinpoints your marketing, and it means that you are the go-to person, and it's an easy choice for them because you were made for them.
Love it. And then once you've done that, and once you've identified who that industry is, who that person is within the industry, the next way you can niche is to niche by your product. So you can work out what it is that particular sector, what their real pain points are, and how you can provide the solution for that by going out and advertising something specific to that audience. So it might be that you have clients who, I know, are tradesmen, and in a particular trade, perhaps maybe they're guys and they're in their 50s and they've always got loads of bits of paper stuck in the front of their vans. I know some of those. And once you know that you've got those people and they probably haven't done any bookkeeping all year, you could then design a service which is perfect for that kind of person, and you can decide what the software is that you need them to use to go out and make that as easy as possible and something you can replicate across clients. You can define what that looks like. You can define how they get that information to you, when you work with them, whether you have a meeting at this point or at this point, or whether you want to train them to use a different way of taking payment. But you design what that looks like, and
and you basically, what you're doing is you're creating a system that's replicatable across, and basically you have niched your systems. So rather than people coming to you saying, well, I use this software and I like to do it like this, and I produce this spreadsheet on this second Tuesday of the month, and I'd like you to do that. You're like, no, this is how I work. And this is the software that I use, and you are going to fall in and use all the same systems and processes that I do, and I'm going to train you to do that, because you'll know that once you get them doing that, you'll be able to have they'll be able to have quicker results, you'll have quicker results, because you'll be able to explain to them exactly what they need to do, the tax that they owe, all of that so much quicker. And because you're teaching it over and over again, it's things like, in my business, we can create videos to explain to our clients, this is how we do this, so this is what you need to do. So we can create a video that we can just give to everybody. It's the same thing, it's across the board. So that is another way of niching, which I've never really thought of it as a niching kind of thing, but it really is. It's like, this is how I serve my clients, and this is the product, basically. My service, my product, this is how I deliver it. So you're niching in that, and I think that's it. It's silly not to do it like that. If you start going to having any client from any industry and using whatever software they use, you're going to be overwhelmed, overworked, overstressed. This just makes everything so much smoother and easier.
I think that also, if you have been in those kind of conversations where you speak to people and you're like, what do you need? And they tell you, and then you price it up and you put together a package which suits them. It's kind of moving you away from that. It's instead becoming known to be the go-to person. So if you're a tradesman and you're in this mess, and they'll all go and tell their mates, well, you need to go to Jo because she has this particular way that she does it. She's got her something or other product, and she will take you from here to here, and she uses this really cool software, and it's going to change your life. And when you work with her, you'll end up like this. So that's the great thing. People can go and tell their friends about it. Now, it doesn't mean that that's the only thing you sell. What it means is that you become known for that, and perhaps that's your way into the market. So you have a particular service you're known for. It makes it really easy for you to do your marketing, because you're just selling one thing all the time. But then you can sell that, and then once people have gone through that process with you, they will then sign up and work with you on other things, and then they become those kind of recurring clients for you.
Yeah, that's it. So we've done product niche.
Yes.
And we've done industry niche.
Yes.
So then we've got
pricing niche.
Yeah. So yeah, you can be known for being the most expensive person. And actually, I've read so many stories about this where people are actually known for being really expensive, and people actually like, well, I want to work with them. Just because they're the most expensive. You do have that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we was talking on our podcast the other day about the fact about how do people go around finding their prices, and if you go and research what other local people are doing in your area, other bookkeepers, what they're doing in your area, well, they've just done what you're doing now. So they've gone and researched what other people are doing, and they don't know what they're doing either. So then you all become average and all undercharging and not charging your worth, and not making any money and being miserable.
And bringing the average down.
Yeah.
All we're doing is bringing the average down. So what can you do if you go out and you say, well, actually, if you want to work with me, it's a much higher fee. I was talking to a taxi driver today, actually, and we were talking about the accountant that he uses to do his books, and he said, look, he's much more expensive than everyone else, but he just does taxi drivers, and that means that he knows all of the best ways for taxi drivers to save money. For the accountant himself or the bookkeeper themselves, they are going to know exactly what the process is they need to go through for a taxi driver, what the best systems are, what works the best, because he's seen it. He's worked with so many taxi drivers, so then he can go out and say, I am the taxi driver, accountant or bookkeeper, and this is what I charge, and it's expensive, but this is the value you get because you're benefiting from all of my experience of working with so many of these people. And then finally, you can actually niche on, you like to say, personality type. I like this.
I like niching on personality type. I've worked in this industry for many, many years, and I've had many different types of clients, and sometimes you're just not the right fit for your clients, and it's nothing to do with them. They're not bad clients, you're not a bad bookkeeper, you're just not right for each other. It's it's like dating or whatever. Not everybody is going to fit in. So I now am really precious about who I take on as a client. And there's multiple things. Firstly, I have to just really like them. I want them to be my friend. And I know that sounds a bit strange because I still have a very professional relationship with them, but I just want to know that they're going to be kind, they're going to respect me like a friend would, and respect my time and appreciate what I do. And in the past, I've had clients that haven't done that, and that's really disheartening. And when you go to pick up the phone to certain clients, your stomach drops, and you think, "Oh God, I don't want to speak to this person." I vowed that I don't want to have any of those clients again. So really, I am niching through personality, and that's absolutely fine. I mean, to begin with, I thought I was going to be taking on mainly female business owners because of this thing where I want to be friends, but actually I'm getting more and more males, and they're really lovely guys, and I really get on well with them. And that's fine too. So, and they love sending me voice notes and things just like my female clients do. So decide, are you happy having really, really professional relationships? Is that what you want? Is that how you want? You want it to be like, this is business, nothing to do with home? Or are you happy for them to be a Facebook friend and see what you do at the weekend and see pictures of your kids? How is it for you? You can make that decision yourself, but you just need to know that that is a choice. You can choose what type of clients you work with.
I love that. So 4 ways you can niche. You can niche by your market, you can niche by your product, you can niche by your price, and you can niche by your personality.